Do you suck at Hive Hide and Seek? Do you wanna learn how to become better? Do you wanna sweat and completely annihilate those hiders? Well, this is a guide on how to do it. Let's get straight into the point. I'm not even gonna bother you with this intro. So first off, here is how to counter the chasers. You see, instead of thinking that chasers are actually metaphorically like this sheep in a minecart. If you try to chase them like this, you will never succeed. Instead, what you need to do is block their path, kind of like this, or do an ambush so that you can hit them, and in turn, they lose. That is how you counter chasers. My best tip against chasers is don't really go towards them. Let the noobs take them out. Instead, focus on the hiding people. And here is our part where we just teach you how to identify different textures or texture differences. When you look at this, there's a potential hider hiding inside this. This is also supposed to be a replica of the place from Pripyat, the little terminal from Pripyat. And if you couldn't guess, this stair here is a hider. So we get rid of that guy, and then there's no more hiders to find. Now, this next one has two hiders, and it's basically just supposed to be a replica of one of those flower beds from Boardwalk. So, can you spot them? Can you spot the two hiders? Well, I don't know about you, mates, but this acacia leaf and this quartz block are different than the rest of the blocks here. So those guys are the hiders. Also, I'm probably just gonna do this. I've got to do it like that. Whoops. And finally, here is the most important and easiest way to kill hiders. Most noobs will hide in couches. And I actually made the wood difference so that you can tell what is the hider. Of course, it's this jungle plank over here. But couches are normally like this. Or some variants are like this. Where there's one block missing from them. If there isn't any blocks missing from a random couch, then there's most likely a hider there. I can also give you one last tip on what kind of maps you should be seeking in. Here's a example of the block palette from Pripyat and the block palette from Facility. Also, White Terracotta Pod and Dark Metal Trust doesn't exist in vanilla Minecraft, so I had to improvise by using these blocks. So, why is Pripyat one of the best hidden maps? Oh, sorry, I meant secret maps. Well, you see, anyways, you wanna know what? This map has only 3 blocks that you can choose from. And these blocks are supposed to be these 3. The dark oak stairs, the bookshelf, and the oak trees. The reason this map is considered a secret is because 1, it's open, 2, it's small, and 3, the block palette is really thin. Compare that to a map like Facility, which doesn't even get chosen half of the time. We got 6 blocks, and none of them are actually even that good. None of these blocks are even that well good for seekers. You have to work with 6 blocks. But also, there's one slight problem as well. Facility is a map that chasers thrive in. And also, this map won't get chosen that much, but I just decided to give the example on this because I don't actually like this map because it never gets chosen, so I never get to practice on it. This map here has a wider, vast array of blocks that the hiders can choose from. A lot of nooks and crannies that they can just hide in, and you won't see them. And worst of them all, this map is a hider map because you can't really see them. Look, if a seeker is dumb, they are dumb. But if even a smart seeker like me cannot really find anyone in this map, then the map itself is faulty. I also really hate Town Square. If Town Square gets chosen and you want to seek, just immediately dodge that game. Why? Because Town Square is the worst seeker map ever. It's just such a hider. It's such a map for hiders and chasers to thrive in that you will never win a single game inside of Town Square if you're the seeker. My tip, just avoid Town Square at all costs. A few other examples of hider maps are, let me just get these, get the blocks that are supposed to be here, that are supposed to be in these maps. 1 minute, because of this gonna take like a little while to get all the blocks. I also need this. Wooden crate. There we go. And now we finally need to find the other block. There it is. This is the block palette of Relic. A really nice hider map. Because this dark oak stump and this oak leaf are exactly the same as boardwalks, acacia leaves, and quartz. Where you can actually spot them from a mile away. Another really good hider map is Babel, which is, or Babel, how you pronounce it, I don't care. This map is one of my favorite maps, one of my top 3 maps to seek in. The other 2 are Boardwalk and Pripyat, if it wasn't obvious. Those maps I just love. Anyways, this map actually has a relatively small area, alongside not that many blocks. This is of course supposed to be the terracotta pot. Again, pots don't exist in vanilla, so I decided to just use decorated pots for that. That is what I call a seeker map. Seeker maps don't really tend to appeal to that many people because of how easy it is to get completely folded like a sandwich there. Honestly, as the pro seeker I am, if you work hard enough and try to actually try seeking, and also activate that brain of yours, little Timmy, you might be able to actually, I'm not joking, actually succeed. Just remember, look at block differences, chase chasers in a really unexpected way, and also remember that maps with lower area coverage, like maps with less area and less blocks, and also blocks that just don't really fit with the environment, are actual seeker maps. And maps with a vast array of blocks and really big maps are hider maps. Just know your matchups and also know who you're facing against. If you're facing against a bunch of noobs, the couch technique will 100% work in that match. But if you're facing against some pros, then the couch technique won't really work all of the time. If there's a few noobs in the match, it might work, but still no. Still, couches in areas with all of the blocks in them are some of the easiest hider kills ever. There's also one more location I want to talk about that is so niche that I don't really see anyone going into this location. And it has to do something with the fridge and hospital. You see, this is the fridge in hospital. What this is. This block is a hider. Hold on. Hider. This block is a hider. Because if you see any blocks in that position, any quartz blocks, then it's definitely a hider. 100% a hider. Also, if you're savage like me, you just take out your armor and throw it into here as soon as the match starts. But I don't really care because this is the secret armor and I should actually, you know, this is the traditional secret armor. You gotta deny. You don't have to deny that. Anyways, if these tips were helpful or like you wanna see some other bullshit that I post, you can probably do subscribe right now, mate. It is a ton. But if you don't want to subscribe, then don't. I don't really care. You don't really have to subscribe. And also, this is a new skin. I turned Jane into tomorrow because I was bored. Anyways, if you wanna see me fucking kill a lot of hiders and just rip through lobbies, then it's fine. Also, you can probably add me in Hive. I don't really care. My username is Bike Breaks. You can just add me. I don't really care, mate. Just add me if you want to. I can actually teach you and even demolish you in a game of hide and seek. And also be like the sensei that teaches you like all of this shit. Anyways, it was Bike Breaks. Hope you had a good time watching this tutorial and hope you learned a few things in your cranium. Anyways, this was Bike Breaks, and peace out.